So now in this part we'll discuss about the next kingdom, that is kingdom Protista. Okay, so yesterday we discussed about kingdom, in the previous part we have discussed about the kingdom Monera, isn't it? Monera, they are also called, which type of organisms were grouped in Monera? Only unicellular and also prokaryote, only prokaryotes. Yesterday I defined even what prokaryote is. Prokaryote is nothing but a cell which is not having nuclear membrane, nucleolus and nucleoplasm. Just DNA is floating on the surface of the cytoplasm. That one is called as a nucleoid. Here this kingdom Protista has a unicellular eukaryotes. Here only eukaryotes are grouped into this kingdom. Eukaryotes means again a cell which is having nuclear membrane, nucleolus, nucleoplasm and within which a DNA is present. If all these three aspects is present within the nucleus, then it is called completely well developed nucleus. Hence U means true, karyon means a nucleus. This is called as eukaryotes. Here unicellular eukaryotic organisms are grouped into this kingdom. Okay, next one is they are the connecting link between Monera and other eukaryotic kingdom. See here, they are the connecting link between prokaryotic unicellular organisms like bacteria and archaebacteria, and also they are connecting link between plant, animalia and fungi. Hence they are called as connecting link between Monera and other eukaryotic kingdoms. Why? Because there are some Protista which are showing the characters of bacteria, there are some Protista which are showing the characters of plants, there are some Protista which are showing the characters of animals, and also there are some Protista which are having the characters of fungi. Hence they are called as connecting link between all the Monera and all the eukaryotic groups. They are almost aquatic. They are present only in the water. Either it may be marine water or it may be a fresh water. Some are photosynthetic, okay, which can undergo photosynthesis. Next one is flagella is present for their movement. They are autotrophic. Their mode of nutrition is since they have photosynthetic pigment, they will be autotrophic. They are heterotrophic. Heterotrophic means either they are saprophytic or parasitic. Saprophytic means the organism which depend on dead and decaying organisms are called as saprophytic. Next one is called as parasites, the organism which go and resides within the body of another organisms, they are called parasites. So their mode of nutrition is autotrophic and heterotrophic. Under the autotrophic it may be photosynthetic, under the heterotrophic they may be saprophytic or parasites. Okay, again reproduction takes place by asexual methods, by simple binary fission or budding, and sexual reproduction takes place by the fusion of male and female gametes. See, this is the overall classification of Protista. Okay, the Protista is divided into photosynthetic Protista, fungi-like Protista, animal-like Protista. Fungi-like Protista are called as slime molds. Animal-like Protista are called as protozoan Protista. Okay, under photosynthetic Protista there is chrysophytes. The first one is chrysophytes. They are called as diatoms. Next one is euglenophytes. Here the example is euglena. Next one is dinoflagellates. Their example is Noctiluca. Okay, next slime molds. They are also called as under that there is a myxomycota. Example for that is staminoids. Okay, next one is protozoan Protista. Here based upon their movement they have been classified into amoeboid Protista. Example amoeba. Flagellated protozoa means which are having flagella for their movement, hence they called trypanosoma. Example trypanosoma. Ciliated protozoa. Example paramecium. Sporozoa. Example plasmodium. It is the disease causing organism of malaria, which causes malaria. So this is the overall classification of kingdom Protista. See here again this image shows the connection between Protista and other group of organisms or other kingdoms, whether it may be prokaryotic or eukaryotic. Okay, so next First, we'll go with the first one, that is chrysophytes. Okay, chrysophytes, they are commonly called as diatoms. Diatoms. They are commonly called as what? Diatoms. See here, diatoms. Di means two, atoms is the structures. It is having two structures. This one is called as upper structure. This one is called as lower structure. Upper structure is called as epitheca. Lower structure is called as a hypotheca. The hypotheca and epitheca fits together like a soap box, hence they are called as diatoms. They are of different shaped. See here, they are different diatoms. They are of different shaped, each having two structures. One is epitheca and another hypotheca. Epitheca fits into the hypotheca like a soap box. Okay, their cell wall is made up of cellulose, and very important one is silica. Cell wall is made up of cellulose and silica. After decomposition, usually they are present within the water bodies. They are present within the, they are almost aquatic. When they are inside the water, usually they have photosynthetic pigment to undergo photosynthesis. When they die, they fall to the ground. When they fall to the ground, decomposition takes place. When the decomposition takes place, this cellula is easily decomposed, or it is broken down into simple parts, whereas silica is not easily broken down. Hence, silica deposition remains as such. Silica deposits as such and forms soil which is called as diatomaceous earth, which is full of the silica, which has come from the death of diatoms. Hence, it is called as a diatomaceous earth. Okay, they are also called as jewels of plant kingdom. They are also called jewels of plant world. Why? Because since they have photosynthetic pigment, they will undergo photosynthesis. Hence, they are considered as plant like Protista. And since they are having different shapes, they are called as what? Jewels of plant world. This is about chrysophytes. Next one is euglyinophytes. Euglyinophyta, they are commonly called as euglyinoids. Okay, they are having two flagella for their movement. They will be having two flagella. See here, this is the perfect structure of euglyina. Next, this cell wall is absent. Here the cell wall is not present. Instead of cell wall, there is a structure called, there is a chemical called as pelicillin is present surrounding the plasma membrane. There is a chemical called as pelicillin, which is very hard. Usually cell wall is absent. Then next one is they are photosynthetic. They are having chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B pigment, and the reproduction takes place by binary fission. Asexual reproduction takes place by binary fission. Next, fungi like Protista. Fungi like Protista, they are called a slime mold. See here, just they appear as a wetty structure, somewhat watery structure, which is present on dead and decaying organisms. So say for example, any branch of the tree has cut and fallen down during the rainy season. It is accumulated by some wetty structures, which are very liquid like structures. They are called as slime molds. They are nothing but Protista. They are fungi like Protista. Okay, they are saprophytic, and they are having multinucleate within the protoplasm. They are having multinucleus. Multinucleus means within the cell there are more than one nucleus. This is one of the characteristic feature of fungi, which we'll discuss when we start our lecture on kingdom fungi. But this is one of the characteristic feature where the cell is having more than one nucleus. Hence, it is called as multinucleated structure, protoplasm. And when they are come together, they usually are present together and they form number of spore producing structure called as a plasmodium. Here plasmodium is nothing but a spore producing structure. Here the plasmodium is formed. Next is they undergo movement with the help of a pseudopodia. The locomotor structure is pseudopodia, and asexual reproduction takes place by fragmentation. These are some of the characters of kingdom Protista. Next one is kingdom animal like Protista. They are also called as protozoan Protista, or simply protozoa. They all are aquatic. They do not have definite shape, means they are having different shapes. In some, pelicillin can be seen. In some, cell wall is present with presence of cellulose, but in some, cell wall is absent, but pelicillin, cell wall is nothing but this polysaccharide content cellulose is absent. Instead of cellulose, pelicillin is present. Okay, flagella, There may be locomotor structures called as flagella, cilia, pseudopodia. Flagella is long elongated structure called as flagella. Cilia are nothing but, if this is an organism, complete body is surrounded by small hair-like structures which will be vibrating continuously. See here, hair-like structures. These are called as cilia. The example is paramecium here. See here again, this is the live example taken in the microscope. See here, these are hair-like structures which continuously vibrate so that it helps in movement. Next one is nutrition. Their mode of nutrition is, since they are not having chlorophyll pigment, they are heterotrophic only. They are not autotrophic. Heterotrophic, they are nothing but under that holozoic. Holozoic means if this is an organism, this organism engulfs entire another organism. It eats away complete organism, not part of the organism. Complete organism it eats up, hence it is called as holozoic. Another may be parasitic, goes and resides within the body of another organism. They are parasitic and they derive nutrition from this organism. Next one is reproduction. Here reproduction takes place asexually by binary fission and sexually by fusion of gametes. This is about protozoan Protista. The thing which we need to remember here is some of the basic characters, common characters of Protista and this classification. Okay, photosynthetic Protista, fungi-like Protista, protozoan Protista. Under photosynthetic Protista, what are the classification? What are their examples? Under slime molds, what is the example? Under protozoan, what are the examples? If you remember this, then if you don't remember common characters also, but do remember this classification system, there may be a chances of getting all the 3 questions from this section only, maybe. Okay, thank you. We'll meet in the next part.